Hey everyone, and welcome to the first stream here of Terraria. I hope that we can get this kicked off right here. And so we're just going to go ahead and start here with selecting our first player. I've already went and created my character random here, but I have not yet created our world. So we're going to go ahead and do that here together. Tender Lagoon seems like a great name, so we'll just go ahead and keep that. I tend to like to get some weird name for my worlds. And then beyond that, we're going to definitely play this in Master Mode, as I said, and we're only going to do a small world. And I'm going to go ahead and just pick a random sort of world, whether it's Corruption or Crimson, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out with whichever one we get. I've found that in the past that playing in a Corruption type world tends to be a little bit harder than in a Crimson world, but they both have their advantages and their disadvantages. Which leads us to making a seed, so in order to make sure that this game, or this world is reproducible for any of you who wish to actually go ahead and reproduce it, play along or play ahead. We're going to think up a nice seed here of what we want to do for this particular game. Since we have the title, I'm just going to go ahead and do it with MOON. We're just going to go ahead and go with that. So now we have our settings set. As I said, we'll be playing in Master Mode, so let's go ahead and create it. So here on the creation screen, I can already tell that we're in a Corruption world because there's the little purple here in the world screen. So we do know that eventually we will find Corruption. So here's our world. Let's kick it off and see what we have going. Here we are in our world. The first thing I do is, for some reason, I like my pick on the first quick slot. So I tend to put that there, and then I go ahead and get started chopping down some trees. Because I found that you want a little area to make your first house and everything later on in the day. And what I like to do is I like to chop down some trees and then go explore. And I just found that it makes it a little bit easier to do things in that order, rather than rushing back at night and then trying to build a house at the very last minute. So we can see here that we're going to go ahead and fight our first slime. These tend to be pretty easy, but can always have a little bit of trouble. Now you notice that I actually fought that slime with either my pick or my axe, and that's because the pick and the axe tend to be a little easier to manage these early creatures that you're going to find in Terraria. And we see there that I got a nice torch from that one. It's a pretty good find here early. So I think we have enough space. Maybe you'll chop down a couple more trees here just to get us a bit more. And I did, because I want to sort of level this area out a bit. So we're going to go ahead and sort of level this out right here. We're going to go ahead and take some of these dirt blocks, and we're going to actually just fill in this space right here also. Just to make sure we've got kind of like a nice level playing field. Now, the game does start you with the short sword, so you may be asking yourself, well, why don't I use the short sword to go ahead and attack the slimes instead I'm using pickaxe. I'll tell you that reason in a second, but had a really good find here. It's not often you'll find a nice tree this close to your starting area. And that's a pretty good find because there's going to be some treasure down in there. And we also have a cave system over here, which is kind of nice. So we're just going to take a second here, and there's a slime, and I'll show you why I tend not to use the short sword. And you'll see that it tends to go in a bunch of different directions, and it does work. Like, if you got some talent, you can make it work, especially if you get like slime stuck in the corner. But in general, it takes a lot longer than if you just go ahead and use the pick. And it picks a little faster. You can get things trapped in corners easier. It's just a little better overall. You can get a little bit better, like when you use the pick, it's always really good to sort of, if you can slowly move into whatever you're attacking, see that, lets the pick do its job really well. So I've been talking a good bit here at the beginning, but eventually I'm probably going to, just sort of quiet down and just get to work, but you never know. Hopefully we will we'll run into some neat things to talk about here. For now, I'm gonna get down here underneath where nothing can get to me. And I'm gonna go ahead and make some wooden platforms, because wooden platforms are always nice to have. And I tend to like my wood on 5 and my platforms on 6 when I'm starting the game. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, since we got those nice torches, I'm gonna go ahead and use them here to just descend down into this tree. I'm taking a little easy here at the beginning. Just don't want to, normally, I'd rush through this really fast, but I don't want to, just do anything silly and then get myself killed. I'll see, I don't like that sound already. We did find a loom here and a chair. And we got ourselves a nice, we did get a finch staff, which is going to be nice for this going forward. It's not often you get a summoning item this early in the game. But you did hear, or you might have heard there a second ago, what kind of made me a little uppy is there's a crawler in that area. We really don't have any extremely good weapons right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and this finch is pretty good for where we are in the game. It's actually really good for where we are in the game. But I'm gonna go ahead and just stay away from that underground area for a little bit here today. I'll probably come back tomorrow once we get a little better gear and able to handle a conflict with a crawler. So you'll notice there that I just did a little, jumping up and over the slime. Just a little thing you can do. Slimes are, pretty easy. And even though I'm fighting a lot of them here, because I'm trying to get some money at the beginning of the game, you can also just really avoid slimes pretty easily just by jumping over them. They tend to just go across the screen. Ooh, and I like what I see over here. See that I can see by the background that we're going to go ahead and get into some desert, which has a couple nice things. The first is we're going to get some cactuses. And cactuses are always good. Got some water leaf too. But it's always good to find these alternative woods early in the game. Oops, that was not a good thing. I don't really have anything that'll let me beat that vulture right now. So what we're gonna have to do is we have our axe, and the axe is good for keeping the vultures away from you. Mr. Finch, let's stay away from them for now. I'm gonna switch to the pick. So the pick's a little better for just these little intro slimes here. What I'm gonna do is go ahead here, and I'm gonna actually get a couple acorns to see if maybe I can get lucky and get a palm tree out before it gets too dark. I've probably seen everything I want to see in this direction, so I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead back, do a little exploring in the other direction. Actually, I'll even drop down in here. figured there would be a chest down here, and there was one. So we're gonna go ahead and see what kind of loot we can get. I found some nice recall potions. And actually even some climbing claws, which are nice. So we're just gonna go ahead and loot those, take them, try to kill this slime here. Yes, I do have some healing potions, so we can get those on just in case. And, oops. So now we're going to just try and get out of here, because there's not really anything else of value. I don't want to really start digging right now. Ooh, that slime's got a recall potion. Let's see if I can get that. I am not in a good place right now. Let's see if we can get this slime trapped in the corner. And there we go. There's my first death. Really early on, because I was trying. Ooh, there was even a pinky down there. That would have been a pain too. But the key is we dropped all our money, so we need to go back and get it. We probably need to kill that pinky also. That's not a good thing, because he picked up a lot of our money. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna see where we can get. Let's see if we can get our money back here. That recall potion probably isn't going to be there, but the thing is, after you die, anything that picks up your money usually hangs around. Oh, nothing picked up our money, actually, so none of the slimes are there, and here we go. It's kind of sad that I died here on the first day, and I knew I was kind of getting in trouble over there, messing around, and probably should have just avoided that fight, or have used the shurikens that I've now put on my hotbar. It's getting a little dark. I'm gonna actually stop mining tin here. We didn't get to see what was the other direction. We kind of need to get our house built here so we can start preparing for the night. So we're just gonna do a really simple house, mainly just to keep ourselves and our guide here safe. I didn't check to find out what our guide's name is. But first we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna create a workbench, make some doors for us. Safe in here. Get some walls. So we've got just a basic structure here. And this is pretty much your first house, or what you want for your first house. We're gonna go ahead and do this. And we need to get a chair in here so that our guide will actually come in and make it his house. So, now, when you're in your first night, what I like to do is I like to wall off the door so the guide doesn't get any smart ideas about leaving. And then I usually, well, we've got our finch staff, which is actually a really good finch staff also. I don't look at it till now. But, you know, when you're first in, your first night, I was hoping we'd find some palm wood, but we did not. But we do have our first bow, so we're going to go ahead and take that. And we don't have any rock. Well, we have one stone block. So what I'm going to do is actually go down down here. Let's see if I can get some stone to make some arrows. Because really our goal here is to get 50 silver on our first night. And the reason I want to do that is because I want... sorry. Found it strange that I didn't have any torches. I'll make a whole bunch. And the reason we want to do that is so that we get our, our merchant in here on the second day. The merchant has a few items that are really interesting. I see some stone over here, so let's just get some of this for the time being. Hoping maybe we'd find another sort of cavern type structure here, but we did not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get up. That there. So let's just take a quick look. So we can see here that our steel is actually going to be lead in this world. Our silver is actually going to be tungsten. Don't have any idea what the other metals are at this point, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. So while we're in here, it's usually best to build a suit of armor on your first day. I've only got 30 cactus, but I am going to... if I had more cactus, I would build a suit of armor out of cactus, but this is kind of a... going to be kind of a toss-up. The reason you kind of want an alternate wood armor is you can see here that the cactus leggings have 1 defense, but the regular wood leggings do not have any defense. So that's kind of, it's kind of a downside, but what we do get here from those leggings go. This is where we have the fun of the Terraria inventory system. It's just finding stuff every now and then. Ooh. Just noticed there, I can't even make a full set of armor. So, I'm gonna go ahead and try and get over and maybe do some of these trees tonight while I do this. I did manage to make my bow. It's a pretty bad bow. Make another one. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm just going to trash that. And in order to get some wood while we're here, I can go ahead and deconstruct some of those platforms. Because I do want to make a bunch of arrows. And we'll even make some wooden arrows because we've got torches. So, now that we're inside, we can do my favorite early game cheat. Well, not cheat, but way to sort of cheese the zombies, because in Master Mode, zombies are kind of a pain to kill. So, what I like to do here is just sort of, I like to just sit behind my 2 blocks and just sort of kill zombies indiscriminately. Like I said, my goal here, the goal here is to get to, I want to get to like 50 silver, so on day 2, and Seth is our current merchant. But as I was saying, I'd like to get to 50 silver so that on day 2, we can sort of dig right into the merchant, take advantage of him by building another house real quick in the morning. getting a lot of zombies here, so it's both a good thing and a bad thing. It means we're going to get plenty of money and resources, but it also means we're kind of stuck in the house for the time being. I would like to get out real quick here and sort of like that those eyes are over there, but if I can clear out this side, I'll try to sneak out here and get to those stars. Could be a good thing. Oh no, get back in there. We can see that, the guide keeps wanting to get out of here, which it's not really a good thing. You really don't want him running outside and basically bringing a bunch of opening the door for a bunch of zombies, because these early game zombies cannot open doors, which is a good thing. And there we go. We survived the first day. Let's see if I can actually get out. This zombie before he gets too far. Oh, nice, a shackle. There we go. That's good to see. Actually found a couple, or a good number of really nice early game items here, so that's going to be a good thing for us. Now, just real quick, we're going to go ahead. Oops. And really horribly throw up a wall there. Get rid of that. Okay, so he does have a house here. Couple doors, some more walls, because we're going to need walls to fill in, and a chair, and of course we don't have enough for a table, so go ahead and kill this slime. Out a couple trees here real quick. Oh, silly guide, how'd you end up down there? there we go. Oh, that was almost a mistake. Still kind of want to see what's over this way. So, I'm gonna go ahead and continue over here. See what we got. Got some day blooms, so we'll go ahead and pick them. Some nice flowers, some mushrooms. Unfortunately, our crimson is right here, and I didn't want to see that. That's gonna be a pain. Especially with, let's see if we can stay here. Oh, I'm just gonna run right away from him. So I'm gonna, not good to see Eaters of Souls this early. Fortunately, we found that Finch, and he's doing pretty well at holding them off. But given what we just saw there, you can probably anticipate we're not going to be going to the left here very soon at all. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this lead. Trees from over here since we're not going to go over here. There's our merchant. We'll go ahead and show you why I really like this merchant early on. Especially with this rain that we've been having here. It's a lot of rain. So we could make some goggles this early on, but I'm just going to go ahead and wear the wooden helmet because, you know, I want the set bonus just to get that extra 1 defense. But here we are, we found our merchant. The reason I like him early on is, you know, first off, you can get your bug net. I really like having a bug net, but also because that's going to let us sort of gather all these things up. But also he gets us a piggy bank for 89 silver. It's not immediately purchasable by us, but the piggy bank is gonna, you know, let us carry around a lot more stuff. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and sort of collect some goldfish and some worms while I can. Let's open this, see if I can see if I can get some worms out of these. Now that I've got my net, I'm gonna try and bust open some rocks here, see if I can get myself, I can see some metal over there, might be worth digging. Actually, this metal's probably worth digging for. Just a little bit here. Just gonna go ahead and fill that back in a bit. Later that might annoy me that that's like that, but for now, you know, these first couple days, just really trying to power through and get as many resources as fast as I can. we're sort of seeing the downside of the finch here a bit. And that's because normally when I was down, if I would be down here digging, wouldn't really have to worry about slimes making it hard on me, or making it hard for me to get out of here. But these are making it quite difficult. Let's get out of there. So now that we know that the left really isn't a viable option, we're going to go ahead and push over here to the right a good bit. Let's see if I can get my palm wood. See if that stuff is, oh, didn't like that. We did get some palm trees, which is nice. Some stuff with this palm wood. Let's see if we see a bunch of vultures again this time. My goal will be to kind of see if I can get across this desert and see what's on the other side. Well, we've got some water there. It's actually desert water, which would be nice for fishing maybe in the future. What I'm gonna do here is actually see if I can make this a big pond. It's probably a bit early to be doing things like this, but well, that's what Terraria is for, right? Always gotta be building. There we go, we got a nice little, ooh, I wonder if... couldn't sneak up on them. But we got another little cave system here. Go down in it. See what's down here. If there's something good, maybe there isn't. It doesn't look like this is gonna lead anywhere. So, probably give up on this for now. Some shine potions, some more bars. Fortunately, Jagged versus Hasty. I can actually go for Hasty right now. Fortunately, we're seeing now what tends to happen sometimes in Terraria, and that's, you know, sometimes you just keep getting a lot of the same items over and over again. Not a huge deal, but it's been nice to get something other than climbing costs there. Did not even see him there. Still doing okay. Ooh, there we go. Radar's nice. It's a really good find. Oh, that's a good stuff. Mining potion will be really helpful here in a bit. Now there is some stuff down there, but still I'm kind of interested in what's over this way. We've got a really funky world here. All this jagginess and everything. It's pretty uncommon. A bunch of platforms again. Because we are going to use a lot of platforms here early. Later on in the game, you know, you've got enough mobility items that it really doesn't matter, but right now, it's a pain to get just about everywhere. You'll notice that it's getting pretty dark. I'm still not going home, and that's because I actually managed to collect quite a few recall potions. So I may go down and that's not what I wanted to see. So what we've got here is we're trapped between the dungeon and... or not the dungeon. We're trapped between our corruption and the... I'm gonna do one of these to make sure no one will come down on my head. We'll do a little exploring underground. I mean, one nice thing about... Ooh. One nice thing about the jungle here is, especially with a cave like this next to it, is we may be able to sneak down here and get some really early game jungle items. Maybe not right now, but definitely in the near future. Looks like there's a shine potion in this guy, but we're just trying to get... or a spawn potion, nice. We're just trying to get him out of my way than anything else. Collect some of this clay blocks. Collect a lot of this clay, because I really, really, really like clay. I like the things that it makes. It'll make us some flower pots if we want to start a garden. Also, it makes red bricks, and I do like to build some stuff out of red bricks. So here early on, we're finding a lot of tin, but see some tin isn't the best thing, because usually the copper level material, it's good to get away from it as fast as you can. Our goal here is to really get to gold or silver everything as fast as possible. So, pretty much done that direction. Let's see what we can find over here. I'm gonna have to start being careful, because in our other caves, we weren't gonna run into anything, but sort of over here, in the jungle, we may actually run into... As long as those guys are down there, I'm kind of happy with that. We may actually run into some traps here, so... that's not what I want to see. Yeah. Before he falls down on my head and things just get stupid. Okay. So we're back in our village here. It's a good time to do some more construction. So now, I'll show you, like, the normal wooden bow is 4 range damage, which is not all that great. Just this box. We can see that the palm bow is 6 range damage, which also isn't super great, but it is a 50% upgrade in damage, which is really nice at this point in the game. We'll see if I start fighting some zombies here at some point. You'll see that it takes them down a lot faster than we did last night. But of course that also means I need to find some zombies. We're kind of lucky because now that we have 2 people here, it's gonna kind of increase the safety level of our starting area. So I'm really going to think about starting to build a crafting area right now. And for now, I'm just going to do it down here. And all the crafting area is going to be at this point is just going to make... we got some cactus. We'll make it out of cactus. Make a nice little cactus workbench. And we don't have a hammer yet, so we can actually get rid of these mud blocks. These dirt blocks. Gonna make our ugh. Didn't want to make an anvil. That was a mistake. The reason I don't want to make an anvil is because he sells one, and at this point in the game, I would much rather use money than wasting valuable lead bars making an anvil. But I did what I did, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to get our piggy bank, because that's just what this is going to allow us to do. Is it's going to allow us to just, you know, carry some additional items. At this point in the game. Get those stars. Okay, we've got our lead anvil now. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, we can make... Oh, that's gonna be nice. Finding those tungsten bars was good. We're just gonna go ahead, scroll through what we can make at the anvil here. See, there's a lot of new stuff on. My goal right now... actually not to make any of that, but I needed to be near the workbench because since we're coming down here again, I am going to immediately get my tungsten pickaxe because there's no reason not to build that. It is such an improvement. Even though it is unhappy, even with minus 10% speed, which is not good, and less size and less knockback. Just, well, the speed of this might make a difference, but just how the difference in pickaxe power and how fast the tungsten pickaxe is just significant. Gotten some pretty bad luck with items here, but some pretty good luck too, because I mean we did get that finch, and that's pretty great. So as far as items, gonna look here. Really, I don't like getting swords this early on. I'd rather save for some better armor. But I was trying to make our furnace, and that's here. I'm also going to put down a chest. It's pretty much. I don't think we're going to use the living room right now. Any of these chests. Probably don't need any. Actually, we are going to build some more houses. Ooh, I've got some explosives. I should have built a house much faster. So, the fact that we found some grenades, and we found marigolds means that we actually can get 2 more villagers coming up here soon. We're going to be able to get basically the die maker and the explosive expert. So those are actually 2 nice people to have this early in the game. So now we don't need these climbing claws. We don't really need shining potions or mining potions right now. And we're gonna put as much of our materials as possible in there. Because we don't really need them at this point. I'm gonna keep sell that. So anyway, while we're in here, we're gonna come back over here. I don't really think there's much that I want to make at this point. Can make some mana crystals, but it's a bit early. Really don't have any magic items right now. We will make a palmwood hammer because I actually don't have a hammer. Put those there. Those 2 are junk. Then let's go build a couple more houses. I'm gonna actually, cause I'm getting a little tired of things kind of, jumping over here. We're gonna actually build a pretty high house here that's gonna block everything from going over. It's also gonna give us a quick way to sort of have a place for these guys that we know are coming to live. This housing isn't pretty, but kind of it serves its purpose early in the game here. Because these first days, you really, and well, this early on, you're really not in a rush with Terraria. There aren't any timed events this early on. The big thing is you just kind of, you want to be careful with the hearts, because as you pick those up, you're gonna start getting closer and closer to spawning the boss. I'll build a cactus chair. And a cactus table. I'll actually get rid of cactuses because I don't really need any more of them. I'll do a palmwood table. A normal chair. For the other house. Just to make things a little wacky. Still not fast enough to be able to catch birds. So now we're, there we go, there's our demolitionist. It's good to see him. He will allow us to buy possibly some nice things this early in the game. We do have a lot of money because we found a lot of chests, so 43 silver is a good bit of money. Let's see what we can get here. You know, I like dynamite for clearing stuff out, but it's not worth it spending money on dynamite this early in the game. So we'll go ahead and hold on to our money. And even, you know, we're here, we're kind of starting off our third day. We have one whole death, but I am going to go ahead and take a little break here and maybe come back on later tonight and do a bit more streaming. So everybody have a good time, and we'll see you soon.